If you let your children watch Hogan's Heroes, you're going to have a conversation with them when they find out how Bob Crane died, preferably before they see it on the tabloids in the grocery store at age 9. Off the small screen, Bob Crane was most well known for making sex tapes. His son claims it was always done with the partner's consent. How he would be in a position to know that, I'm not sure. Several of the subjects claim the recording was done without their consent. Crane's co-star Richard Dawson introduced him to John Henry Carpenter, a regional sales manager for Sony who had a thing for hooking up celebrities with high-end video equipment. Within a short time, Crane and Carpenter were coordinating their tours and business trips together so they could continue making sex tapes on the road. On June 29, 1978, Crane's co-star Victoria Berry entered his apartment after he failed to make a scheduled appearance and found his body on his bed, having been bludgeoned with what police think was a camera tripod and strangled with an electrical cord. The Scottsdale Police Department didn't even have a homicide division at the time. There was no forced entry, there was nothing missing. The tapes led them to Carpenter, they found blood in his car that was the same as Bob's blood type, and that was it. In 1990, the sample was tested for DNA, and even though it was inconclusive, a re-examination of the photos showed what appeared to be brain matter in Carpenter's vehicle, which a judge considered good enough to start a trial, even though the actual tissue sample was missing. At the 1994 trial, Crane's son Robert testified that Crane had been referring to Carpenter as a hanger-on and a general annoyance, with whom he wanted nothing more to do, but Carpenter was acquitted for lack of evidence and because the tapes meant that there were a lot of people out there with motive. One further test in 2016 determined there were two people's blood. One didn't belong to Crane, and the other was too degraded to identify, and this test destroyed the rest of the sample. Robert also tried to cast suspicion on Crane's most recent wife, Patricia Olson, but he might have just been upset at being cut out of his father's will in favor of her. If it wasn't Carpenter, my seems really intent on pointing the finger at somebody else.